Hi, it's Alice and Lisa. Today is March 17th, 2022, and we are going to look at the energy of Vladimir Putin.
Correct. So normally we don't read people without their permission, but given that Vladimir Putin is a world leader, leader of a country, then we believe that we have the permission to look at the energy because this affects every individual on the planet right now, this person. So bear with us. We're going to have our eyes closed. There might be some silence. We intend this reading, our intentions for this reading is to be anywhere from 7 to 14 minutes. And we've discussed that with Spirit, that give us clear, concise information and keep it short. Now, mind you, we don't read in a linear pattern. It's fragmented. So sometimes the subtleties mean the most, so just be patient with that. And oftentimes there's a lot of information that doesn't make sense to us right now, and it may at a later date. So that's why we put the date at the beginning of the reading. Okay, so let's get back into our space, Alice.
So I see Vladimir Putin as a conductor of an orchestra, and he's in control of all the stuff that's happening. And he sort of sees his life as a piece of music, and this is the crescendo. And I'm not sure why. So, Lisa, I'll let you look while I look.
I'm still looking.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still looking. But I do see the symbolism of, conducting an orchestra. I'm seeing that there's two large factions. There's like two groups of people who he's in cahoots with that have nothing to do with his said country. And then I see that I've gotten this before when we were reading at the beginning of the Trump administration, where there's this dark entity that's far off that I cannot see, but it's the same feeling that I have. So I can express this as a feeling. It's not a vision for me right now. I'm not getting clear pictures. It's very darkened out, but there's yes, he has the illusion that he's controlling this, but there's another said group that's controlling everything that's going on, everything. And in all the readings I've done over the years, especially when it had to do with world events, this group pops up, and it's very small. It's very small. It's like, I want to say like 3 to maybe 4 people involved who pretty much rule the world. And that's what I'm seeing right here. But I see Vladimir Putin enjoying, normally he's not the kind of person who likes to take orders, but he's loving that it's his turn. It's his turn at bat. And the other 2 groups of people have already had their turn at bat. And it looks like it's North Korea-ish, has had their turn to the bat. It's and now he's got his turn at bat. I'm seeing that there's Trump's face comes up, and that administration, but they didn't get to hit their home run. They came up to bat, but they didn't get their home run. They only made it to third base. I'm seeing this in symbolism as a baseball game. And that's where this is sitting right now. And he's really excited to prove his worth to this entity that's out there. And I'm curious to see what the intentions are. So I'm going to just shut my mouth for a bit and look. Alice?
So I'm getting the words now or never. So, and I'm not sure why Putin needed to do what he's doing now, or he was never going to do it, or it just felt like that to him. But I'm looking again at this picture of him as the conductor of an orchestra, and he's seeing all the countries in the world as part of that orchestra. Mm-hmm. And he believes that he can rule the world, and that's really what he wants, is to be the leader of the entire world.
There's something pinging in. I just want to tell you from Saudi Arabia. I don't know what's happening here, but there's a ping for Saudi. So if you get something for Saudi, just let me know.
Okay.
I'm not getting any more information on that aspect, but I'm going to keep looking.
There's a lot of delusion in his space, and there's also a lot of paranoia, and the paranoia is coming in because of the delusion, and that's where a lot of control comes from him. He's delusional, so then he tries to control things because he's not sure what's what and what's right. Yeah, he's.
It's interesting because this is like we did a reading at the beginning of the Trump administration, and we saw all kinds of things. We saw the pandemic before it happened too, and people sheltering in place, and women educating children. I didn't know what it meant at the time, but right now I'm seeing the same symbolism as I saw back in that reading, and it's like a whack-a-mole. You know the game whack-a-mole, where the heads come up and you try to bump on them? Well, it's his turn. It keeps showing up, and it's matching with all of these said leaders around the world. And it's like, try to catch me, you can't. Like, it's the whack-a-mole game's getting too fast. And then there's these other world leaders that are kind of still underground, but ready to pop their head up at any moment. So it's not just about him. This is like very globally interconnected on what's going on how he's operating in his said part of this play. And the said part of this play is really to take down the superpowers of the world. Mm-hmm. That's what this is. And it's very much, and for lack of better ways to put this, a very dark entity is trying to consume the light. And I've said this before from the last reading, that yes, we are still on the phrase of this pandemic. And prior to the pandemic, at the beginning of the pandemic, we also read the energy, and I saw that there was something coming up after the pandemic, and this is where it is. And again, it's going to take some time for the darkness to turn to light based on individuals and individual people throughout the globe. I'm going to be quiet, let Alice roll, and I'm going to look more at Vladimir Putin.
So I am seeing that there are many rulers of countries around the world that are like Putin, and a lot of them aspire to be more like him.
Getting that too.
And so he's good at identifying who those people are, and they're people who are, what's the right word? They're power hungry, but they're also very insecure. Mm-hmm. They like a lot of attention. Our last president fell under that category. He aspired to be like Putin, and Putin is he's smart, and he can easily identify who these people are, and he tries to make deals with them, and they're deals that they can't refuse, or like so much money that they get gold fever and they can't see anything else.
That's what I'm getting. I'm getting the same. I love getting the same stuff. I'm getting the same stuff. It's a lot of but the thing is that he himself looks like he will consume those people as well. So once he's done trying to destroy the light of the world, wants to go in and kind of massacre. Like, he's showing me pictures of like consuming these other quote partnerships or alliances with these other countries. He wants to consume them as well. So he's relentless. He's not going to stop. And this is really just about a game, but the game is something that I don't understand fully yet because of this dark entity that's controlling it all. It's almost like these elite it's not only just heads of countries, it's elite too. Like elite money, big business is answering to this, not all of them, to this entity. And I don't know what the payoff is. I don't understand that yet, and I wish I did, but hopefully I'll get some more information.
Well, he's tapping into people who are more interested in money than anything else. So that's easy. Mm-hmm. So it's like he could pay off a president and do anything he wants to the population because the president will be so happy with the amount of money they have.
I just keep that he's like overarching and looking over the whole world. Mm-hmm. It's just this, he's over. It's like, you know, the symbolism I'm getting right now is this giant lifeguard stands, and he's sitting on it, and it's like propped up all over the whole globe, and he's looking at it like he owns it right now. Mm-hmm. And that's how he's feeling. There's not an ounce of him feeling insecure or like he's doing something wrong. It's very it's maniacal, and it's not dissimilar to the energy of Hitler.
He's trying to start another world war.
Yeah, well, that's a given.
I mean, he is, and he thought it would have started already.
Right.
And partly why he wants to do that is to deplete other countries of their wealth, because then they'll be vulnerable with that depletion. The population will be vulnerable.
I don't know anything about how countries store money or any of that stuff, but what I'm seeing here is the symbolism of he's willing to starve his own people, and he's showing me stockpiles of raw, crude gold and silver and like bricks of things underground, and he's very well, he's his whatever this is he's showing me, it's just like infinite amounts of wealth that but he's willing to let his people suffer, which is just, it's unbelievable. It's not even for like the pride of his own country. He's willing to let his people suffer as well. But he's sitting on this supreme, a huge amount of wealth, and it looks like this wealth, symbolically, it's showing me travels, and it's just like this game of traveling money, even if it's only symbolism. Alice?
He thinks of his people and thinks, well, they're used to suffering. Mm-hmm. So what's a little more suffering?
Yeah.
Like there's something romantic about that suffering for him. Mm-hmm. That like in some of that suffering, those were the good old days. Mm-hmm. And so he's trying to bring that back. He's trying to bring whatever that was.
And it's interesting because I'm looking at him and his office, and it looks to me, I'm seeing symbolism of people wanting to come in and be a part of it rather than running from him. So it's interesting, whatever is portrayed on news and television, I don't know how they're portraying this, but what I'm seeing here is pictures of the elite population, the political officials coming to him, like it's almost symbol, like pictures of like begging, like bring me into this, like, which is quite disconcerting to me when I'm looking at this, although I'm in neutrality, so that's why I could laugh about things, because otherwise I'd be in a puddle. But what I see here is that there's something that these people know that we don't know, and they're willing to walk into a situation that is illegal, it's committing global atrocity, but they want to be protected. So I don't want to say anything with loose lips here and cause scare, but there's something coming. There's something coming, because these people who are very prideful individuals who are coming up to him, these are people who don't have to bow to anyone. They're that prominent. are begging to come into his fold, and I believe it's for protection. So something's coming. I don't know what forms of attacks he's going to present moving forward, whether it be chemical, nuclear, any of that kind of stuff. But it looks to me like people want to be protected. And that's all I could say for now. I don't want to read anything that I'm not getting absolute truth on. Alice?
This whole thing, I'm just going to say, is going to show him who is truly dedicated to him and who isn't. Mm-hmm. Because he's going to find out that a lot of people who he gave money to buy things for the military or supplies kept the money and didn't do what they were supposed to. And those people are going to disappear. And so he needs to replace those people with these new people that Lisa's looking at that are going to come in, and he's going to see be even more loyal to him.
Just FYI, I just looked at a picture of these same people with their hands up and their backs to gunmen, and it looks like they're being shot at from behind, like on a lineup. Don't know what this means. It could be literal or symbolic of that they won't. This reign won't last. But I don't see Vladimir Putin in there, but I see a line of people, of very trusted people who looks like they're getting massacred. But I'm not seeing Putin in this lineup. So it looks to me like maybe the first crop of people who are by his side are going to be assassinated. Not sure, but it's out there. Like I said, sometimes we don't understand things until later. Do you have anything, Alice?
Mm-mm.
I think that's a wrap. That's a little heavy ending. Sorry for that. But just, like I said, could be symbolic, could be literal. Don't know until later. We're going to open up our eyes now. So stay tuned, and we'll be with you hopefully weekly to build upon these readings. Be well, everyone.
More information later.
Bye.